are live, and wow, thank you guys so much for being here. If you could type into the chat where you're watching from, that would be really awesome. We are so excited to have our holiday empowerment course that's going to be coming out, but we wanted to give this workshop to you to give you a real good feel for what this journey is going to be, because we all need support at this time of the year, and there's no question about it. When soulpreneurs, and that's what we are, is soulpreneurs and healers and empaths, people who have a soul that they're so passionate about their business. We don't give to ourselves at this time. And then the universe is taking note and saying, okay, so I guess that we'll just carbon copy that. She's not giving to herself, so we'll just not give again. So what we wanted to do was create a beautiful show workshop that you could have the experience of being here with us, to work with us, and to ask us questions about what we're doing, and looking forward to just enjoying this time with you. So I will be doing an NLP and a beautiful NLP Reiki visualization that will help you to let go of all your limiting beliefs around anything that you want to create in your life, anything that you're desiring to create. And looking forward to just doing this with my dear friend Astra, and she's going to share with us how we can give to ourselves so that we can give to others, and how important it is. She's been channeling some amazing energy for us and has some beautiful, beautiful lessons to teach us. So I'd like to just turn the camera over and have Astra just share a little bit about herself. Just so you know who I am, I'm Karen Palmer, and I am the host of Spiritually Social TV. I also do a lot of wonderful work with Global Kindness going viral, and looking forward to really connecting with you guys and working with you to support you through some of the difficult times and some of the difficult emotions that come up around the holidays. And we want this to be a joyful experience. And so we're looking forward to, connecting with you on a deeper level. And thanks so much for taking the time to be here today. And this will be replayed, so we will be sharing the replay and sending this out to everybody who did register. And looking forward to just talking to each and every one of you. And please feel free to type into the chat if you have a question that comes up or something that feels like you'd like a little more clarity on it. We are here for you. So let's just introduce you to my beautiful friend Astra.
Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you and see you. We were having some technology issues, and we were going to give up and just try to do without the camera, but then the technology gods and goddesses decided to let us have this wonderful experience. So yay, we're so happy.
So yes, thank you, Karen. So I just want to start by saying the energy that's been going on today is powerful, and I've been doing everything I can to sort of create this sort of like a whirlwind cyclone and gather all the energy in and channel it for what we're going to share on the workshop today, which is very powerful material. And I know that by the end of this call, everyone is going to come away feeling this huge shift and expansion. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So wowie zowie. So my name is Astra. I don't know how many of you, I can't really see who's here and who's not. So I don't know how many of you that are on the call actually know me, or if you came from Karen, or if you came from the Twitter posts or tweets I was tweeting. So I look forward to actually finding out who was on the call. So, but a little bit about myself really quick. So I'm a shaman, and my soul work here on the planet is really about empowering humans. And that is a pretty huge scope. What does empowerment mean? So the true message of my soul has to do with empowering humans in the categories of vitality, happiness, abundance, peace, and freedom. And one of the main ways I've been doing just that since 2011 is through my intuitive business coaching and abundance and prosperity coaching. And like we're working, I mean, similarly to who Karen and I are now working with, since then I've been working with soulpreneurs, messengers, intuitives, empaths, healers, coaches, wisdom teachers, writers, spiritual artists, and on and on and on, because all of you are here to bring light to the planet, to actually like bring up all of the old heavy energy that we on Earth have been holding on to for so many centuries. We're here to lift that up and literally transmute it into light. So transmuting, alchemizing the energy from heavy to light, as I like to say, instead of from lead to gold, but actually it's the same thing. So so yeah, and it's just been so divinely inspired the way Karen and I have known each other since last year, and we've worked on several projects together and in many capacities together. And it was just this divine inspiration that hit us that we really needed to come together and offer what we do in tandem as this sort of like beautiful round globe of wholeness, and bring our offerings to you as a team together, because we're very well balanced together, I have to say. And so we're really excited about, and we'll talk a little bit about this 6-week journey that we've created, which is called Happy Biz Peaceful You. And it's a 6-week empowerment journey for empathic soulpreneurs. But today, first, I'd like to share with you 3 tips of how to put yourself first as an empath, as a human, as a business person, and especially throughout the holidays when it can be so overwhelming and so challenging, when we have, you know, family around us maybe that isn't usually around, and that can of course start to push some buttons, and trying to, you know, how do we fit in, you know, the actual work that we need to, because we can't really like just let our business go up for grabs, you know, in order to keep the business running and the prosperity flowing smoothly. We can't give up on business, but oftentimes we have obligation, or we feel an obligation to our family to try to be all things to them. So there's just this, you know, kind of crazy dance that we do. And so what Karen and I are here to do for you is to support you in actually bringing peace, grounding, calming, and balance to this holiday season as a soulpreneur and as a human being. So today I'm going to share my 3 tips of how to put yourself first this season and why this will help you in your business. And so the first one that I would like to share is giving yourself the gift of time, or really time and space.
Yeah.
And so let's just
breathe
allow
into
that.
that.
I can feel it like rushing over my body. Like, what an important thing when we are feeling that crazy pressure to like rush around and cook meals and go to grandma's house and go to aunt's house and buy the presents and, you know, and work on the business and do the social media and blah. It's like, what about you? When do you sit and just give yourself that space and time to be, even if you're going to just do something else besides actually working on the business for a little while, and besides actually feeling that obligation to, you know, always be there for the family or whatever's going on in the holidays. So you can, you know, step away from the computer, you can take a nice long walk, you can take, like I just did before the call, you can take a long bath. I actually had prune hands. I felt like a little kid. I had fingers. I was like, wow, this is cool. Like, I need to do this more often. One of my favorite things to do, and I think Karen too, is to just unplug, get away from everything, and just cuddle with the animal babies, the fur babies. I've got my 2 beloved Boston Terriers and my 2 fuzzy cats, and that's one of my favorite things to do. But even more deeply and more powerful, what was coming through to me when I was really feeling into what to say about this, giving yourself the gift of space and time, is to actually, and it's making me giggle because it's something that I don't think any of us really do, is to actually give yourself the space and time to do nothing. To not even think that you need to fill it with, oh, I have 10 minutes, I'm going to go for a walk. Oh, I have 15 minutes, I'm going to read a book. Oh, I have 15 minutes, I'm going to cuddle with the dogs. I have 15 minutes of my favorite show. No, it's like even that like feels like too much clutter to me right now.
I woke up. Agree with that. I mean, I could not be on more of a belief that you are, just hitting the nail on the head. It's like, and I think that what comes up a lot around this time, is that feeling that we had when we were little kids and little children, and maybe even our teenage years, that were when we didn't feel like we really were enough, that we were not doing enough. And it just kind of brings up a lot of that energy around the not enough stuff. Like, there's not enough money, there's not enough time, there's not, I feel like I'm just taking on too much. And I decided that as I started to notice more and more how this was becoming out of my subconscious, which is what I'm going to be talking about, is how our subconscious is really running the show. and if we can, really become just a little more conscious, then we can set those positive boundaries that can totally transform the holidays, so that we are having that joyful, fun feeling that we know is what we deserve. So I'd love to hear more about that.
Yeah, it was really powerful. I was just sitting there feeling into it, because I'm like, well, yeah, the gift of space and time, and we want to take time away from the business. That's just very practical, and when you do take time away from the biz, you come back refreshed, and you can, you're more productive, you're more creative. And it's like, these are all things we've heard before, but I knew that there was something like a golden nugget that was so much deeper in there. And I just had this image of me just sitting on the couch. And I was like, I don't do that. Like, I don't give myself that gift. Like, why? And then I actually went and did it, and it felt so good. I like leaned, simple, but it's so powerful. I leaned back into the couch cushion, and I could feel every muscle in my body start to unwind and just kind of melt into the cushions. And it was like I was allowing myself to be held, which is bringing tears to my eyes. And yes, and I'm pretty sure I don't know any adults that do this. I think that I've seen children do it. They're just, they just are sitting and just sort of like looking off into the ether, and they're probably just dreaming of really cool things like princesses and lions, and like how I did when I was little, and and like that's a gift. Like, that is a gift. That's a gift that we can bring back from our childhood and actually build our lives around it. What if we just did nothing? So that's tip number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. So we're gonna take a little
breathe into that.
I mean, wow. I feel like going to the park and just sitting on a swing. Not even sitting on a swing. That's what I want.
I've found that what's really been helpful for me is taking my shoes off and earthing, just getting out there in the grass and just, letting myself really just enjoy the feeling of being outside, letting the breeze come over me, and just letting that time be about just feeling good. Nothing else. There's no other agenda that I have than to just feel good.
Yeah.
Oops, did I lose you?
Others and feeling good. And that's yeah. So that's the other thing. That's actually bringing me to my next tip, which is the gift.
Aster, we lost your picture again.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. Maybe you could turn oh, there you go. Maybe you're back here. Let's see. Maybe you can turn the camera off again and on again and see if that works.
Okay, you were frozen for a minute. Should I try turning the camera off?
Yeah, try it and see if that works.
Okay.
Yeah, now you can just talk.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I almost said gift number 2. The screen's frozen again. Okay, now it's okay. So tip number 2 is giving yourself, and this is while we do need to schedule in some time to work in and on our business as well throughout the holidays. However, tip number 2 is yourself the gift of not rushing. What I find is when the holiday season comes and that frenzied, emotional energy starts to come, I freak out a little bit, and I start to think of all the things I have on my to-do list for my business, which are all, in truth, they're all really fun things that I love doing. But then suddenly that frenzied emotional energy comes in and I feel scattered, and I try to finish all the stuff, get all the tasks done on my list, and I'm rushing and until I realize that I'm like sitting hunched over the computer and I'm not breathing, and it's just like, what is going on? I'm working in this beautiful business where, doing things that I love to do with people that I could not ask for better clients to work with, people I adore and love hanging out with. And yet I'm like spazzing out and I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, at my tasks, my newsletter, my blog, my this, my that, and my breathing is shallow, or I'm not even breathing.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, don't you know? So it was like, wait, I can sit and I can do every single thing on my list, and I can just take my time. I can take as long as I want. I don't have to set myself a deadline. The blog post has to go out by 7 tomorrow morning, or the world's gonna, collapse or collide with the sun. Like, like what is that? It's just such old school work ethic that doesn't. It truly doesn't even exist anymore, except in our own minds.
Yeah.
So this giving yourself the gift of not. I had this image of actually luxuriating into each business task. And I did see an image which gave me the idea for my bath of this huge bubble bath. Like, what if everything that we did and we're working on in our business, we did as if we were in a bubble bath? Like, how amazing would that feel?
I'm just feeling into that.
I know, like my leg muscles started to relax automatically when I said it.
Yeah.
And what I realized is when we really just sit there and luxuriate in the bubble bath of our business, what happens is our products and services start to reflect that luxurious energy.
Yeah.
And will start to radiate with the energy of the abundance that you're gifting yourself.
Right. I'd just like to
And
chime in on that just for a sec. I'd like to chime in on that because if we're rushing through and we're just trying to get to the next project and the next thing that we have to do, we're not actually really enjoying the whole process or the journey. And so that's going to reflect in our business, right? That's going to reflect in the people we attract. That's going to affect the way that people, respond to us, and how people are going to respond to our offers, and who we are just as a person is going to be reflected in that belief. I just got an aha. That's why I had to share.
Yes. No, that's perfect, because the last little piece that I was going to share about this is that exactly when we actually treat our business, as this beautiful, luxurious bubble bath, it absolutely makes us more client attractive.
Right.
Even through the holidays, because people are going to go, ooh, that person is serene, and I can feel the joy bubbling from their body, and I'm feeling crazy this holiday season, and I want that beautiful, luxurious, radiant energy in my sphere. And that's client attraction. Booyah. That's it. And so real quick, because I know that we have an awesome thing that Karen's gonna, I'm so excited that Karen's gonna share with us through this beautiful exercise. So real
quick, really leads into what we've been talking about.
Awesome. Woohoo! So tip number 3, which kind of really ties everything that we're talking about together, and which will allow us to step away from the biz and do nothing, and which will allow us to quit the rushing and the feeling of stress and pressure and actually luxuriate in our business, is giving yourself the gift of trust. And that's trust on every level.
Breathe into that, guys.
And this is in a couple of different levels. This is trusting that as you're creating what you're here on earth to create, as you're creating what your soul is speaking through you, trusting that the universe has got your back. You are fully supported by universe, angels, spirit guides, totem animals, fairies, loved ones who have crossed over, and everybody, and all the humans here, and everybody is rooting for you. So just leaning into that trust. So, and then in the middle of all that, of course, trusting yourself, because you are the micro of the macrocosm, which is the universe. Knowing that we are the universe and the universe is us, and that it's all just everything's just a reflection of itself, that if we do trust the universe, trust that all of our guides have our backs, what we're really doing is trusting ourselves. But I think so often we don't see it that way. We think, oh, I'll be okay if that person feels that way about me, or God and the universe are taking care of me. But really, we are God and the universe.
Right.
And that by trusting ourselves is the same as trusting that we're fully supported. So it's all one big ball of trust. So, and by trusting, then when we do trust that all is well and all will be well and all is working out in our favor at all times, then we can more easily and effortlessly give ourselves the gift of time and space, and give ourselves the gift of luxuriating in our business.
Yes. I get that. That's awesome. Yeah, those are really awesome tips. I really agree with all that you've said. I think that those will be really helpful for everyone. Make yourself a priority. Make yourself somebody who, you make time for everybody else. Mm-hmm. Make yourself important. Make yourself part of that priority, even if it takes writing yourself into your own schedule, making that time for yourself. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, because I know we're people are on time crunches, and I want you to be able to have this experience. And thank you so much. Those are beautiful steps that people can apply to this experience and know that they're going to, really experience. That was just a small tidbit of what is going to be happening for us for this next 6 weeks together, because we're just going to be so supportive and so loving, and we're going to really love each other through this holiday, so that this is the best holiday season that we've seen in a long time. So, and I'm excited.
Big sigh of relief.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I know that that's what's happening. But what I want to teach you is, I'm a NLP practitioner, and also,
you know what, Karen, can I just say something really quick? What I'm going to do right now, because I know, like you said, people are on time crunches, is before you get into your exercise, I'm just going to pop the link to our 6-week journey over in the chat box, just in case if people needed to leave early, they can read more about the 6-week journey and what we're doing. And ta-da! And then, okay, now we can relax.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, if you're watching the replay, you'll be able to just click that link. And if you want to just go check it out right now, and then you can come back. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. But I hope that you will at least make yourself a little bit of time for this. I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor and a Reiki master. And so I also am an angelic channel for the highest realms, and I'm very blessed to have a connection with the Ascended Masters and the Lords of the Records. I'm also an Akashic record reader, certified to go into the Akashic records and help people to clear out those old blocks that from past life experiences that have been holding them back into a belief that is not serving them. So I wanted to just kind of go into that just a little bit to let you know. I'm going to shut myself off, the camera off, so that it's not so distracting. And I want you to stay with me. Actually, I'm going to keep it on so I can explain a little bit about what I'm going to be talking about. So our subconscious is the part of us that is running sometimes patterns in our head that have been established since we were just little kids. And those experiences are playing old tapes in our head. So we have this old tape playing. And what I want to do with you today is an exercise in how you can reprogram your mind and your brain for success and happiness. So it'll be on autopilot. So that will be the way that you can just access that energy at any time. So between 2 and 6 years old, we were in a theta brainwave, which means that everything that we were experiencing has been downloaded into us without any kind of filter. So a lot of times that's leaving us to believe only what we've been told. And so we start to, when I find that whenever there's an opportunity, something new, something exciting, that first thought is, goes back into that subconscious thought of, am I going to be safe? Am I worthy? And those are the top ones. Am I worthy? Am I enough? And am I safe? And so we got to let go of that, because once we start to change the way that we are letting those neural pathways in our brain, we have these neural pathways in our brain that are helping us to create new patterns in our mind. So each time that we start to do some kind of a meditation or something, like Aster was saying, when we do something that helps us to have more growth, we are starting to create a new neural pathway in our brain so that that pattern will start to be a pattern that we continue to do. So the more that we do stuff for ourselves, the more that will become the first aspect of how we do things. And beliefs can be reinforced by just the way that we see things in the world. So if we tell ourselves, you know, there's just not enough time and there's just not enough money, and then we start to believe that, then we will actually reinforce that out into the world. So if we change those beliefs into an experience where we are seeing the world as there is so much, you know, and changing those descriptive messages to, I know I am a money magnet, and there's seeing money coming to me in all different aspects, and it just flows to me easily and effortlessly, and I'm so grateful. You know, if we change our way that we are looking at money, the way that money comes to us starts to change. And, you know, if you start telling yourself it's really easy to connect with new clients, and it's really easy to meet new people that are going to be, you know, collaborating with me, and ways that I can get my message out in a bigger way and shine my light brighter. So this is going to be a visualizing experience so that you can operate from that belief system. So we're going to start here. I'm going to shut our camera off here for a minute. And
I'm so excited.
I'm going to start with just having some relaxing music for us. I'd love for you to just take this time for yourself, to just let yourself drop down, slowing everything down. Let this be a time for you, no place to be and nothing to do. Just breathe. Start to feel the energy of peace and relaxation as a liquid energy flowing through your body, making your hands and your legs very warm, cozy, and loved. Feel the energy, just beautiful energy, rising and falling through your body, slowing the breath down so that you're synchronizing the breath with your heartbeat. And let this time, using your imagination, with your eyes closed, start to feel your body getting very, very heavy, very relaxed. And yes, you feel wonderful. You deserve this. And your body is saying thank you. Your mind is saying thank you. Your soul is saying thank you. Thank you for taking the time to make me important, to make me matter. And feel this energy just lowering down, anchoring your feet. Feel yourself using the imagination, walking on a beautiful beach. Feel each foot rising and the sun beating down on your face. Feel the beauty and the essence of the waves crashing up and floating forward. And this is a beautiful space for you. And you feel so loved and so wonderful. And you throw down a beautiful little red blanket to lie still. And watching the sun set. I'm going to count from 10 to 1 and use your imagination to see the sun just floating down into the ocean. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, feeling so relaxed. 3, just letting all your responsibilities float around, knowing they'll be there when you're done. 2, 1, so relaxed, so peaceful. I want you to notice a huge stick lying by the sand. Grab that stick and start to write in the sand anything that you know isn't serving you. Write the word, the emotion. Write it into the sand. I'm using my stick to write the word fear. And remembering that that is false evidence appearing real. And watching the waves wash what is not serving me away. Take the time to write into that space and let the waves wash away any limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. Know that you are being cradled into the loving essence of this universe. That every moment is filling you with love and light. And now look over to the right. A big, huge rock is waiting for you to chisel in the emotions, the feelings that you want more of. Take that chisel and start to write what you want more of. More confidence, more support, more trust, more love, more understanding, more generosity, more compassion. See this stone filled with all that you want, and know that you are anchoring in the energies that empower you and washing away all the energies, all the emotions, all that sadness, all the resentments, all the anger, all the guilt, blame, shame, washing away into the infinite ocean, transmuting into the nothingness that they truly are, just letting them go, knowing that they have been acknowledged. It's time to let them go and focus all your attention on the rock, your rock, with all that you desire and all that you deserve. And let yourself start to come back over to the blanket, walking gently over to the blanket, and just starting to feel yourself awakening with warm sun and beautiful air, the abundance of everything all around you. Start to walk up. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And when you do hear the number 5, you will feel so revitalized, so empowered, so powerful. And your new thought is, I am the most powerful person in my life. I get to choose how I feel and how I think. And that makes me the most powerful person in my life. Start to really feel yourself opening your eyes. Number 1. Start to feel yourself coming back into your body. Number 2. 3, just feeling so loved and grateful. 4, looking around the room, so incredibly relaxed. 1, coming back into the room, so revitalized, so refreshed. Start opening up your fingers, stretching the arms, stretching the legs, coming back into this moment. So refreshed, so revitalized, feeling so good. Start to really come back into this moment, feeling wildly awake and ready to have the most empowering holidays ever. So everybody's back now. Welcome back. Boy.
Oh, that was awesome.
You know, it's such a blessing to have this experience, and really just know that we are loved and that we can be the most powerful person in our life, and that there really isn't any, that it really hasn't been anything different. We really are the most powerful people in our life.
True.
It's just that we just need that helpful reminder.
Yeah. We can forget easily, but we can also remember easily too.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, that was it for what I had to share. Astra, do you have anything more that you wanted to share?
Yeah, I was wondering if anyone had any questions about what we shared today or about the upcoming. Maybe I'm going to just say a couple words real quick about the upcoming 6-week journey.
Awesome.
Um, we, if you join us with us on this journey, we will be supporting you, and we will all be together in a beautiful, supportive space throughout Thanksgiving, any December holidays that you might celebrate, and New Year's. So it's just like it's the most amazing time, our idea for this holiday journey. And because again, you know, we realize that holidays can be challenging on so many levels. They can also be obviously filled with joy, and they're meant to be filled with joy and good cheer and you know, love, loving relationship with yourself and with your family and with your friends, and there's a bunch of that too. But I know that, you know, and I know Karen and I have talked about this, that we've experienced lots of different things, whether it's our buttons being pushed, you know, by certain family members. That happened to me so strongly one year that it was just literally the most traumatic holiday that I've ever had, that because I'm an empath and a loved one was going through a really hard emotional time, and I ended up taking on all of her trauma because I wanted her to feel better. And then that pretty much like shot that holiday like kaput. It was just, you know, but I learned a lot from that experience, and I realized that I'm the only one who's in charge of how I feel and how I choose to feel and how I choose to celebrate or not celebrate at time, parties or whatever. So it's I'm the only one. I'm like Karen said, and I love this. I am the most powerful person in my life, and you know, I can choose not to let other people's issues and challenges and emotions drag me down. And that's been, of course, you know, one of the biggest and most interesting processes that I've gone through as an empath. But I feel so strong now. Like I'm, you know, I am so excited to help people through that process of really understanding that nothing is personal, and that no matter what Aunt Edna is doing in the corner, you know, you can just observe it from a neutral standpoint. And even if you know, Uncle Jack starts to talk to you and ask you questions like, what's that weird business you've got there? What's that, you know, what do you mean you're a healer? What do you mean? Nah, I don't believe in psychics, blah, 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 you know, until you're like about this, you know, aunt sitting in your chair. You can be like, oh, ha ha ha, that's fine. I don't need you to understand what I do. You know, and so there's that emotional part of it. And then, like we were saying, you know, the time, that feeling of that time crunch, um and almost like and that feeling of lack, whether it's like Karen was saying, the lack of time or money. We are definitely going to, there's 6 modules in the program. One is going to address how to do, and Karen will lead us in how to do mindful marketing and social media in a way that feels fun and easy and lighthearted, so that it's not an overwhelming burden throughout the holidays. And I will lead us in staying connected to our state of abundance and really raising our abundance vibration, and knowing and understanding that we can create abundance and money at any time because we're that powerful. We are powerful creators. And I know during the holiday season that foundation can start to feel a little shaky. But you know, so that's going to be part of it. Another module is getting really grounded and centered in your personal power, so that you can stand your ground in your power, whether it's with relatives, challenging friends, your clients who might, you know, maybe be going a little, having things be a little hectic themselves, and maybe, you know, who knows, maybe they feel a little needy, or they're trying to take up a lot of your time, and you can give your time, but having those boundaries set in place where are very firm about how and when you're giving your time. So that's another part of the journey and another of the modules. And then I'm missing one here. Oh, duh. What I was talking about all day today is the loving yourself by filling your own cup and putting yourself first, so that the joy and good cheer of the holidays comes naturally and effortlessly. And then we will also be sharing a bonus module. We were originally only going to do 6, and then one extra module came through, and it's I feel is kind of the basis and foundation for everything else that we're sharing and everything else that we're going to be doing and going through, is to learn how to connect to the energy of oneness and really start to feel into your connection to all that is. So that, because another thing that happens often throughout the holidays is that even if we're surrounded by people, we can have this feeling, and Karen was saying, and this could really stem from the childhood years, a feeling of almost like isolation or loneliness, a feeling of being misunderstood, and that's kind of coupled with that feeling like I'm not enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not buying enough presents, I'm not, performing well enough, I'm not, all of this. And those old feelings come flooding back, especially if we see relatives that we haven't talked to in a long time, or even if we think of relatives that have passed on, but that, we connect those experiences with them, and that those emotions really come tumbling forth in the holiday season. So this extra module is really about being able to connect with the oneness and the energy of all that is, which really boosts your ability to experience pure joy. Like I said, no matter what's happening around you and no matter who's saying what to who. So that's pretty cool and pretty amazing. And we're also going to include 3 live support calls with us, which will be recorded if you're not able to attend, because the whole idea is to not feel overwhelmed and pressured, but everything will be recorded. But the 3 live support calls where we will both be here to hear of your experiences with the modules and have sort of a Q&A live, or talk about anything you need support around. Plus, we'll have a private Facebook group 24/7 that Karen and I will be on every single day throughout the entire journey, from before we start to after we end. So it's really extra support. And you can pop in there literally anytime and ask a question or share a celebration, or if you need extra support or want to go deeper into any part of any of the modules, or you have a specific business question, because I love answering business questions. That's one of my favorite things to do, and specific money questions. That's, and I know Karen, I think, feels the same way about, the marketing and social media.
Yeah.
And of course, any of the other modules that we'll be offering. So, and hanging out with us in our private Facebook groups, I'll tell you a little secret. It's like being at a party all the time. Because we really, high vibrational fun is both of our middle names. So.
Yeah, and just another thing about that I wanted to share is that we just want to hold your hand through all of this. We just want to walk you through, and we've both been through moments where the holidays have been overpowering, and we want to empower you because we have learned a lot. And I use ancient wisdom for these modern times. And I want to walk you through how you can learn how to do what I just did with you. I want to teach you how to do self-hypnosis and learn how to use crystals and learn how to connect with the angels, connect with the ascended masters, clear your own Akashic records, clear your own stuff, so that you can be that empowered, beautiful, empowered empath and soulpreneur who you've designed, so that you can be that person that you really deserve to be. So we really hope
Yes.
you'll take this adventure and happiness with us and really enjoy this amazing, empowering journey with two guides who really love you and want to see you succeed, and really do have the tips and tools and strategies and little hacks that are going to change your business and change your life, so that
Absolutely.
yeah, so you can have the happiest time.
Absolutely. And I wanted to share also that we were giving a couple bonus gifts away also if you join the six week journey with us. This is my famous thing that I always do. I always end up coming up with lots more like meditations and audios and exercises, more than I'm even planning on, because they just come flooding in once I start getting into the creativity, the creative flow, and start have our energies, and our vibrations. It just gets me into that space where, ooh, I have another idea for an exercise, and I promise I will try not to overwhelm you with lots of lovely, gooey, delicious meditations, but I can't promise that. So there's that too. And I wanted to share, I know I popped the link in the chat, but just the replay, and I don't know, and can't see the link for some reason, I'm just going to state it out loud, and that is visibility-vessel.com/happy-biz-peaceful-you. YOU. So visibilityvessel.com is the website, and Happy Biz Peaceful You. So that's what I wanted to share.
That was perfect timing, because that's it for us. So I'd like
wow, look at that.
Perfect timing. We are out. We wanted to be really mindful of your time, and please watch the replay and share it with your friends, and invite your friends and your other soulpreneurs and other empaths, because we really do want to create the Raise Your Vibe tribe, and really create a beautiful container to have the happiest holidays ever. We're both really excited about, giving you as much as we possibly can. We are 150% into this, the both of us. So you're getting 300%.
We really are. Yahoo! Yeah. We are, yeah. As you can tell, we are bubbly, effervescent fairies of holiday empowerment.
Yay! So you guys have an amazing day, and just going to close out here and just say thank you. Thank you for making the time for yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you for
thank
you so much for taking the time to do the exercise. And the more and listening to the importance of your soul called you into this. You've attracted this. You have attracted this. This is an answer to your prayer. This is what you've been looking for. And now it's like, do you want to receive? That's how fun this is. That's how the universe is. It's just like a beautiful little copying machine. Whatever you are thinking about, you will attract. You will bring it to you. So do you want to have abundance? Do you want to have happiness? Do you want to have the most incredible relationships? Would you like to have all of those things? Because they're all available to you. They're all just waiting. They're just waiting for you to say, yes, sign me up. I'm ready. So I hope you'll sign up.
We would love to play with you.
We would love to play. I will see you guys soon. Have an amazing day. Did you want to say something else, Astra?
Nope, I'm just sitting here smiling. No one can see me, but I'm smiling. I'm grinning.
Try putting your camera on again real quick. See if it comes back on. See if you can say a quick goodbye.
See. I pressed the button. I don't know if it's...
Nope, we're still seeing your face. Still seeing your beautiful face as a picture. But Nope, it's still the picture.
I can see
Oh, there
myself.
you
I'm wearing a
are.
little orange,
Now I see you.
my little orange granny shawl.
Yeah. Now I see you. Okay, so now you can say goodbye.
Goodbye for real. Well, not goodbye, just farewell for now.
We'll see you soon.
Mwah.
Thanks you guys so much.